Good morning. Welcome to One Boat International Chaplaincy for COVID times. I am Yvonne O'Neill, Chief Helmswoman on the boat, and along with the Reverend Dr. Carrie Pemberton Ford, the founder and convener, we wish you a happy World Water Day. Today our format is different from the usual. We're happy to welcome a number of our friends, starting with Shirley Robinson, a development economist, speaking about water on a personal basis. We welcome back Guruji Dilip Kumar and Kehakasha Basu. It is my great pleasure to have a dear friend from my parish, Holy Trinity, Steve Knight, who is a Green Faith Fellow with us today. We are very fortunate to have my dear friend Malta Benavides of El Salvador, a human rights and peace advocate who has dedicated her life to helping marginalized people. We are honored to also have Dr. Padmini Murthy reading an original poem she wrote for World Water Day. And what an honor and a blessing to have Rabbi David Klein, my beloved teacher, to read a prayer about the dew. Water always fascinates me. I have resisted adding beach photos, but I am happy to share videos of Concord Waterfall in Grenada and Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe. We hope you enjoy today's offering about water. Our prayer is that all people and everywhere safe water will have access to water is life. Safe and affordable water, because water is life, and water is also a human right.
Water is one of the foundations of sustainability. Without water, we cannot have life. And in protecting water, we protect life. In providing for water, we provide for life. The water is protecting, conserving water is part of a sustainability of life. And the 5 valuing water principles that the UN High-Level Panel on Water confirmed or recommended was that we use these 5 principles to value water better and conserve and protect life. They are that we recognize and embrace water's multiple values to different groups and interests in all decisions affecting water. This means that instead of confronting others, we need to understand how different people use and water, and that we reconcile differences in valuing water. That we build trust in understanding that all accesses to water are equitable, transparent, and inclusive, and that we protect the sources of water, including watersheds, rivers, aquifers, and their ecosystems. We need to educate to empower people to understand what the intrinsic value of water is and the essential aspects in all areas of life. And we need to invest and innovate to ensure that we're able to protect, conserve, and build life around water. And that may be in institutions and governments, it may be in infrastructure, it may be in information. And there are amazing initiatives worldwide, whether it be in using nature-based solutions such as mangrove trees. It may be in building the Great Green Wall in the Sahel to combat desertification. It may be about using innovative techniques to combat algae blooms in the Great Lakes in the US. We need to understand the role of water and the role that water gives to life and builds inclusive societies and inclusive economies. This is the role that water plays, an essential role in our lives.
Namaste everyone. Wish you all a happy World Water Day. My name is Guru Dilip Ji. I'm the Global Chairman of the World Yoga Community and the Secretary of Committee of Religious NGOs at the United Nations. Today, I am happy to join with One Boat International Chaplaincy for COVID times to commemorate World Water Day, which is an annual UN observance day that highlights the importance of fresh water. This day advocates for the sustainable management of freshwater resources. This year's theme is valuing water, and a conversation about what water means to you. The theme of each day focuses on topics relevant to clean water, sanitation, and hygiene, which is in line with the targets of Sustainable Development Goal number 6. Up to 60% of the human adult body is water. So medical science tells us the brain and heart are composed of 73% water, and the lungs are about 83% of water. The skin contains 64% of water, muscles and kidneys are 79% of water, and even the bones contains 31% of water. We are not supposed to waste water, even one drop, especially natural water. If we have extra water supply, please save it for others. World need real water. We yogis say entire universe made of 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and ether, and water rule over the body. So please save the water, even one drop. Yoga samasta subhino bhavantu. May peace prevail on earth. Thank you, everyone.
Hello, I am Kahakasha. I am the founder president of Global Social Innovation Enterprise Green Hope Foundation, a United Nations human rights champion, and the youngest trustee of the Parliament of the World's Religions. World Water Day celebrates the crucial importance of water in our lives. This year's theme of valuing water is especially resonant with the significance of water for the survival of the human race and is very relevant to the current trying times of the COVID-19 pandemic. For far too long, human beings have desecrated our planet's natural resources, which has caused irreversible damage to the socio-ecological balance. Access to clean drinking water is a basic human right that is unfortunately violated every day. With 1 in 3 people in the world without access to clean, safe drinking water, it is time that we started valuing water for the priceless elixir that it is, so that we can ensure the survival of the human race and the long-term sustainability of our planet. Happy World Water Day!
Hi, I'm Steve Knight, and I'm here to help everyone celebrate World Water Day. My home is in New York City, and one thing I can tell you about New Yorkers, we use a lot of water. Every day of the year, we consume about 1 billion, yes, that's billion with a B, gallons of water, which works out to about 125 gallons a day for every man, woman, and child who lives in this city. How do we get all of this water? It comes from 3 areas of lakes and reservoirs called watersheds: the Croton, Catskill, and Delaware watersheds that are located north and west of our city. And the water travels as far as 125 miles through a network of tunnels and aqueducts to get to us. How do we keep all of this water safe for our use? Well, here's where the story gets a little complicated, but I promise you, there's a happy ending. Beginning in the 1980s, more land around the watersheds was developed for both farming and for residential development. This caused increased runoff into the watersheds, with a corresponding decrease in water quality. Now, New York City might have met this challenge by building a water filtration system with an estimated price tag of about $4 billion, again, that's billion with a B, $4 billion, and an annual maintenance cost of about $200 million. But officials from our state's Department of Environmental Protection had a less expensive, more creative, and sustainable solution. They spent 18 months meeting with representatives from groups surrounding the watersheds and negotiated land management practices to ensure better water quality. In the end, New York City signed an agreement with 60 towns and 7 counties, committing $1.5 billion to acquire sensitive lands, restore streams, and fund partnerships promoting economic development in the watershed areas. This agreement has truly been a win-win for both residents of upstate watershed communities and New York City water users. Our water has been restored to its previous high quality, so much so that both federal and state regulators have waived the requirement that we build that expensive filtration system. Anyway, that's my example of how, with some creativity, financial commitment, and willingness to talk honestly with others, water challenges around the world can be met for the common good. I wish everyone a blessed World Water Day and a lifetime of abundant water for yourself and everyone in your community.
March 22nd is the International Day of Water. This is a major aspect that we have to work worldwide. Each nation at the territorial level, where the people are the most vulnerable because they have been vulnerated through centuries. They have to have guaranteed this vital aspect of life, water. Water is important for the present and for the future. And for centuries, it has been denied to people. Tomorrow, we are going to march, like always. For years, we have been demanding a general law of waters that includes the transborders waters, because in El Salvador, we need to work diplomatically but seriously so that the rivers that are starting in other countries come to us free of any pesticides and also able to receive it by the people in their country and in their communities, in their home. SDG number 6 is water. And it is important because without water, there is no future. Including right now with the pandemic, there is no way that people can be washing their hands with soap if they don't have a home, if they don't have a job, if they don't have any way of having water in their homes. And most of the peoples in the so-called developed nations don't have water in their homes. Take care. This is Marta from El Salvador.
Water is an important matter as a giver of life, ending many a strife. Let us work to ensure drinking water is pure as we celebrate World Water Day, not just today, but every day. Written March 22nd, 2021, on occasion of World Water Day by Padmini Murthy.
This is a medieval prayer for dew. We call it Tefillat Tal, and it is part of the synagogue service read on the first day of Pesach, of Passover. In the land of Israel, it does not rain in the summertime, but there is dew, and that dew is a metaphor for refreshment, refreshing, life-giving, sweet gentleness. We have a prayer for rain, which is the rainy season is in the winter there, and that prayer is part of Sukkot. Here is the poem. It's written in Hebrew, of course. I'm reading a translation. With his consent, I shall speak of mysteries. Among this people with this prayer, may they be made exultant by the dew. Dew bringing joy to valley and its herbage, taking pleasure in his shelter to be made exultant. Dew as a symbol of youthful promise. May it protect the generations. Do give it to favor to your land. Establish us for blessing in your pleasure. With abundant grain and wine may you strengthen us, establish the city containing your delight. Do decree it for a year that is good and crowned. May the fruit of the earth be proud and splendorous. The city, deserted like a booth, let your hand make it a crown. Dew, let it drop sweetly on the blessed land with the delicacies of heaven. Sate us with blessing to enlighten from amid the darkness the fundamental nation that is drawn after you. Dew, let it sweeten the honey of the mountains. Let the chosen people savor your plenty. Free your favored ones from bondage. Sweetly we will sing and raise our voice. Dew and plenty, may they fill our granaries. If only you would now rejuvenate our days. Beloved one, make our names enduring like your own. Make us like a well-watered garden. Dew, may you bless our sustenance with it. In our abundance may there be no scarcity. This nation that you led like sheep, please fulfill her desire.
We praise and thank you, Lord, for the gift of living water. Guide us to use it wisely, learn from its humility, consume it sparingly, and protect its purity, so that with St. Francis we may truly enjoy water. Amen.